Welcome to Home Cinema and Tech Review. In this video, I have a meter in my hand and right now you're watching $50 projector. You heard me right, but this is in the second-hand market and it is Epson and it is 3 LCD and it has a lot more power that you can ever achieve with any kind of cheap $50 to $100 LED China projector. I know it's an old projector and it's 1024 to 768, which means it is a PC resolution. It is lacking from HDMI. Right now I am converting from HDMI to VGA. But look at the sharpness of this picture. I'll try to show you as much as I can possible, but basically optical quality changed nearly everything when it comes down to the projectors. Right now this projector does not have the contrast of the LED or laser models, but it is cheap. Let's call it a $50 projector for a video purpose, because you can find better versions of VGA or maybe even HDMI, like I told you in my early video, how you can find out the best projector right between the middle of everyone's choices. You have to find the gap. So if you haven't watched my full tutorial, it was a guide talking about resolutions and what to avoid, what to look for, try to find a bargain in the second-hand market, and it's worth the time and effort. And also you're going to get more for your money. I'm not pushing you to the second-hand market, cheap or broken products and possibly problematic things, but basically if you buy something like 3 LCD Epson or known brand like A brands, you won't have too much of a problem instead of buying a cheap whatever that you don't know what it is and try to figure out the problems, solve the problems. Like a lot of you been asking to me, hey, how can I solve the problem of HI300 or S30 Max? These are cheap projectors. They are $50 to $60 and you can't solve the problem of sharpness. It's the problem of optics. It's the problem of probably LCD unit inside. Although it uses LED light source, it's small. It might be having some sort of Android or casting. It doesn't mean it's going to give you something good. So the model number is, I will, by the way, close-up shot and show you the detail of it, EBX92. So this is the model, and right now the screen size is 180 centimeters. It's nearly 2 meters. Probably it is around 85 to 90 inch-ish around. I'm calling it roughly. So I will technically find out the proper size of the screen, but it is sharp. But when it is extremely sharp, I'm giving it, by the way, 4K HDR footage. It has also zoom that you can't find with any of the cheap LED projectors. Let me just adjust the sharpness again. And I see the 8K logo beneath. So this is becoming much more sharper, contrasted, and high brightness. So right now the size is 1 meter 56 centimeters. Let me just arrange the sharpness again with the bird. Yes, it is right now extremely sharp and I can see every bit of detail in the image. So let me just open up one of the lights in the studio. By the way, you can easily read books. This is an extreme light scenario and it's going to look washed out, I know. But still it's powerful enough. So if you buy something like a cheap ALR, or if you buy a gray screen, or if you just find somewhat of a contrasted wall instead of a white, like lighter gray colors, you'll get definitely better colors out of this and also contrast. So it is powerful. By the way, right now I'm using this unit from let's just look at it, Eco mode. This is an Epson Mini. We are used to it. So it is Turkish right now. Before the owner did it probably Turkish. This is right now photography mode, which is basically one of the better modes. Right now the sharpness is not adjusted. It is low probably. You can even adjust it higher digitally. But let's just go theatrical mode. And this is presentation mode. It's becoming more sharp if you look at the edges. And also we have dynamic mode. So dynamic mode pushes everything. If you're going to play games from your PC, it could be an option, but I don't recommend it because a lot of stuff blown out. Because this device doesn't have an HDR. It's an old device, but it's old, but still gold. So let me just get back to the photography. You can clearly see the chest difference of this animal, and sRGB punched out again, but still you're seeing very sharp image. Let me just make the image bigger again. This is quite a big of image. Like, you won't regret this size. I can tell you that. If you have a good probably screen, you will be very happy with the results. Although you are less than 720p, but above the limits of 480p. So this is right in the middle. That's why it is so cheap. So there are reasons. And if you haven't watched my other video, guide video, definitely watch that video. After watching that video, you will find yourself a better bargain in the second-hand market. This is black wall for schools and presentations, and this is the white wall. I believe white wall and the black wall doesn't change anything, but sRGB and photography most of the time gives more detail about the whites. So I choose photography. When I get back, as you can see, right now this is called sharpness in Turkish. So I will be pushing the sharpness to the edge of it. Although if you can adjust the digital sharpness, you will see if you get too close, like me, right now I'm close to less than 1 meters probably, I can see more pixelations, but if I get back, this added sharpness definitely worth to try, because you can see clearly much more detail on the buildings and people. But it's actually 1024 to, let's just admit, 768. So you're going to see some pixels if you're going to project this size. But definitely for a small room, for kids' room, for watching movies casually. And let me just summarize one thing more. And it will be about, you're going to find the bulb of this device about $15. So the total cost for overall usage, you cannot regret. If you can find it around $50 like me, it's a bargain, buy it, but you have to buy an HDMI to VGA conversion, or you have to at least have a VGA system. Some sort of a Raspberry Pi or small PC, whatnot. If you're going to use it with gaming consoles, not every gaming console supports the from HDMI to VGA. Probably PS3 and PS4, like old style gaming consoles, can support it if your converter also supported with the consoles. We have tried it before. If you can adjust the resolution with your TV to 480p or 360p, even less, you can definitely give visuals to this device. By the way, if you can do that, your PlayStation 4 will not be hurting himself or itself when it plays the games, because we know it's coming to end of its life cycle. Many of the old consoles like PS3 to PS4, they are going to be running quite a bit of cheerful, because you're going to lower the resolution for this device and you're going to enjoy big screen. I know it's not ideal to play games 480p or 360p, but look at the size of this thing. It will improve the overall experience, and it will be a cheap alternative for a kid's room, a second room, or you can use it basically as a TV. Let me just get back beside the computer and change the video to this one, because at least we're going to see the commercials. I know this video is taking a little bit more, but it's on the fly, so everything is in real life. You're going to be seeing later on the close-up shots if you're wondering to purchase this device. Let me just get back to the menu. By the way, I can change. This is the eco mode. Normal mode pushes up a little bit further. It's like 20% brightness and also overall contrast. But you're going to have some more extra light, so you're going to lose a little bit of blacks because this device does not have HDR. Let me just show you. This is the normal mode and this is the echo mode. The difference is not too obvious, like 15 to 20% maybe, but it is quite a bit of worth if you're going to watch something quite dark, such as Batman style movies. But take a good look at this. Picture quality is amazing for its price. I bought it in the second hand, and right now I am not adding a contrast and also the brightness. I can dim them down, and the signal right now, the automatic, and the watch time is, as you can see, 1344 hours. So it has a lot of watch hours still left, and until the bulb goes out, probably you will be having around 4,000 hours, around 3,000 to 4,000. You're going to probably use it in the dark room, so you're going to use it with probably in echo mode most of the time. Like me, I'm quite happy with the echo mode. So let me just go back and try to find, as you can see, the resolution is right now, and it is 60 Hertz. So what kind of a problem that you might be having this? And probably, let me just go back to the echo mode. And the fan noise is obvious when you go to the especially normal mode. What I can tell you is you might have a couple of problems. Let me just talk about it, and then you're going to see the close-ups. One thing is the resolution is 1024 to 768. I connected to my laptop, and it was if you know my laptop, it is Asus Zephyrus, and it has Type-C and HDMI outputs. And right now I have RTX 3050 and also AMD 5800. It is good CPU and GPU combination. So what I did, I converted to VGA and I dimmed down the resolution to the exact resolution of this, but automatically my computer sends the signal like 59 Hertz. This device is 60 Hertz and it's fixed. It couldn't take the signal. I manually go into the Windows settings, I tuned it up, like go for 60 Hertz, and then magically screen appeared. So you can have similar problems. To solve that, you're going to need to go to the Windows settings and try to figure out the actual hertz of your device and give it the exact signal, because these devices are old and not extremely compatible with this every kind of signal. New generation digital to digital devices like HDMI to HDMI, HDMI to DisplayPort, or HDMI to mini HDMI, mini DisplayPort, or Type-C to HDMI kind of all digital signal devices are more capable. So if you find something like little bit expensive, like $100, $150, and I'll hopefully find some of them for bargain and try to test them in the channel for you to purchase for the lowest budget as possible with the best picture quality as much as possible. So I hope you learn a lot of stuff in this video. Don't waste your money to the less than $150 projectors when it comes down to the LED projectors. You can definitely find maybe $100, but not included text and not included shipping. If you include everything and try to expect something $100, you can't even buy a proper wristwatch for that price. How can you expect a good projector? It's about your eyes. It needs to be sharp. It needs to be good. Otherwise, you're going to hurt your eyes on the long time use. So you can definitely find out these projectors cheap, and you can use them like a TV, and you won't regret, basically, because it is cheap and the bulbs are also cheap. So they are easy to maintain. And you can't really hurt Epson style or high-end old brands, because they are built like a tank, like an old cars. So if you buy a carbureted car, you can't tweak it up, and you can't clean it up, and you can't use it again. So old things, they don't build to die quickly. They build to last long. So that's how it is. I'm not saying old projectors are better than new ones. I'm not saying you're going to get extreme contrast levels like LED or laser projectors. What I'm saying is you're going to get good optics, good sharpness, and overall much more brighter image. Because let's just face it, this is I remember this is about probably above 2000 lumens, and you're going to see the technical info on the side of the screen. And what you can find around the $50 is probably 300 lumens on their declarations, but when I test them, you're going to have like 90 to 100 ANSI lumens, maybe 120 ANSI lumens. But these devices are much more powerful when it comes down to the also light power output. So you can technically, I'm coming to end of this video, but I want to say something. Technically, you can go big with the LED projectors, right? Because you're buying Full HD or 720p cheap LED projector. Even though technically in a resolution base you can go big, but when you go big, you're going to lose the light power. And if you go too big, maybe it's another topic, another tutorial, you're going to lose a lot of light. So having a powerful projector in the old generation will help you a lot to get bigger. I know it's not going to be the sharpest image if you're lacking the resolution, but still, having a powerful unit sometimes much better than no power unit, like less than 100 lumens of power, and try to find out a place extremely dark. This is, by the way, a perfect dark scenario. This is a studio environment. You can't go darker than this. This is a fully pitch black dark room, and when I close it, even in the normal or echo mode, this device shines truly. So this wasn't just a projector review, but also an idea how you can achieve good quality and show you the good quality. I will take some of close-up shots, and I will be leaving you with the technical close-up shots of this projector and physical qualities of this projector. So you're going to figure out on your own, is it worth to try to find these sort of devices? And if you haven't watched my full guide about this topic, how you can find the bargain, don't miss it. Just watch that video. You're going to learn a lot of mid-level products that people are most of the time skipping and looking for other ways, and you will turn your head to the opportunities while they look at all the things everybody looks at. So, I hope you learn, and I hope you find this video useful. And don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and leave it a comment below, because it truly helps and also, mentally supports me, because I want to enjoy and I want to see you enjoy these videos, hear your comments, and direct the channel if you have bargain alternatives, ideas about what to review next, maybe, because I don't want to go in the general direction of like everybody reviews the similar stuff. I want to show you a variety of knowledge so you can understand the topic and create your home cinema. Home cinema and tech review. Hope to see you in the next video, and you're going to see physical close-up shots of this Epson projector and finally decide for yourself. Let me know what you think. Welcome to the final part of the video. It's not just about conclusion, but to show you technical abilities, because I've shared enough knowledge in the earlier part of the video. If you watch this video until now, you're really wondering the projector itself. So, let me just show you how fast it is closed. I hit the button twice. Let me just do it again. Because I reopened it, it might take a while. Again, I hit the button and did it, and it's closed. So it closed like 2 seconds around. So it's closing very fast considering the new generation, some big projectors. Some of the new Epson or Optoma models that I have, like 4K and high-end. So it is closes very fast. So it's a good thing having ability to use it in a short time. And also it opens quite fast considering the age of this device. Right now I'm using it with the general remote, so you can find this sort of universal projector remote. They have sort of like shortcuts, so you can push some of the button combinations to combine with the models. Right now it's set for Epson models and it works really fine with all of the settings of this device. I can easily use it. I was already using it with the Epson EBX92 Ultra Short Throw, but I purchased one original Epson, but it was an expensive stuff. So if you want to buy, and if you find one without a remote, either you're going to continue without a remote or you're going to purchase something expensive, because original remotes probably cost about $10 to $15. Considering this device is about $50, it's a lot of money, but you can find these universal ones quite cheap, like $5 or $6 probably, maybe even less, I don't know. So you can check these out. If I find, I will share the information. By the way, we have a similar Epson design. This is new style design, by the way, for Epson. So we have a lamp box here, so we can change the bulb of this device easily. Just open up the cover, and I've made another video about this. And at the back, we have vertical correction, which is one of the most important things that we are going to use, because most of the time you put it on a table or a lower table instead of something high like this. And you're going to use the front leg, because we have the front leg. As you can see, let me just show you the front leg. It just drops like this, so it's quite easy to adjust a front height level of this thing. You don't even have to use the back feet to arrange the height of it. So we have a temperature and lamp LEDs in case of a warning happening. The source search is in the automatic mode. It can find itself. We don't have too much of a source, do we? So we have VGA, and mostly we are going to use that for PC presentations. And we got old ports like this. I don't know if anyone wants some connection with the S-Video and stuff, but probably I recommend most of the time VGA for higher resolution. And we have sound audio out ports, so you can connect audio stuff if you are going to input and output stuff. And I think this is overall it. And optically, as you can see, we got a good, decent, place to move on. So that's a plus. If you have a longer distance, you can make a clear adjustment. So many of the cheap LED projectors coming from China, around $50, maybe even up top to $100, doesn't even have something like this with a good range and smooth motion. So you can definitely easily focus like a camera lens. And also we have a zoom. None of them have zooms. So having a zoom lens will create, in this video, let me just show you, I will calculate the measures of distance between the screen and the projector. Let me just tell you, right now, projector and the screen is about 2.8 meters, and we were creating with the wide end 180 centimeters of visual. So this is a good throwing ratio, and if I find the ratio on the technical infos of the website, I can share it to you. So you have two legs here, one front leg, and that's it. We got heat comes out from this port, and we got intake in this port. And I will probably create another tutorial how you can clean the inside of an old projector. I made another video how to refresh your projector when it comes white, but piano black like this, I will create another video. And also I want to deeply clean this device. I have a couple of air blowers and stuff. So if you're wondering, if you get a bargain, how you can make it like brand new to continue its life. So we got a cover here, and we got a filter, plastic, but no filter at all, because over the time of this device age, probably it ran out, but we can make a filter to this, or we can purchase probably about $5 on the AliExpress. And if you find it, you can basically put it inside. But right now I don't have a filter. I'm not lacking anything, because optically I don't have too much of a dust. This is a close optic probably, and it's clean. I will clean around and make it probably perfectly new. By the way, we have an optical cover too. How good is that? So even the new generation LEDs or many of the new bulb style projectors doesn't have a cover like this. I love Epson. They think stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're wondering the size of this thing, it's not too big either. So it's 23 centimeter, 30 centimeter, and from the height it is 7 centimeters. So it's not a big deal. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and comments are important. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye. And at the end of the video, I just forgot to tell you that what kind of a converter that I use. This is from HDMI to VGA analog signal converter. You can find with different looks, like different colors, black, white, gray, metal ones. Some are expensive, some are cheap, but definitely you have to buy a good one. And most importantly, if you don't have these lying around, because I am a tech guy over 20 years, so I didn't pay for it, but it was laying around. But if you include the price of this projector, this might cost around $5 to $10 depending on where you buy it. So adding the cost will increase the total cost. Keep that in mind. But still, it's worth the money. It's quality of Epson, and I reckon you won't regret it if you're going to project from PC. But if you're going to project from some Android dongle, it might not work, might not be compatible. So create your own scenario. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.